It's a medical malpractice case, and now, during the doctor's pretrial question and answer session, before I begin questioning the doctor, can I go up to his attorney and privately say, "What are you doing with your defense? What is your defense? We have a great case, we have a qualified medical expert, how are you defending this case?" Is it ever appropriate for me to ask the defense lawyer that type of question? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney, and the answer is, yes, it is appropriate. Now, there are instances where I may know the defense attorney, having worked with him before. I may have a working relationship. On the other hand, I may not know this guy from a hole in the wall. He may be simply assigned to represent the doctor when I go in to question the doctor. You see, in a medical malpractice lawsuit, after we start the case, after we get confirmation from a medical expert that we have a valid basis for a case, now the injured victim, the injured patient, will be questioned at some point after the lawsuit started. That's known as pretrial testimony. It's also called legally a deposition. And it's nothing more than a question and answer session, and that takes place in our office. Now, a few months later, I will have an opportunity to question the doctor whom you have sued, and that takes place in the doctor's lawyer's office, in the conference room. And there's a court reporter present to record all of my questions and all of the doctor's answers. And that information gets transcribed, put into a booklet, and now that forms the basis of the doctor's pretrial testimony. You should know that that carries the same exact weight as if he is testifying at the time of trial. I want to get a sense of what their real defense is. How are they going to possibly defend this case? So now I ask to speak to the attorney in private, or I call him out in the hallway. I said, "Listen, my expert tells me I have a solid case. Where are you going with this case? How are you defending this?" And the defense attorney will do one of two things. He'll either say, "Listen, I'm not telling you. Go ask the doctor these questions. You'll find out soon enough." Or he'll tell me in his opinion what their defense is. Now, that doesn't give away any secrets because I'm going to learn this information very shortly when I begin questioning the doctor. But it gives me a bit of an insight and gives me an idea of how I might approach certain questions when I ask the doctor his opinions and conclusions about whether certain treatment was appropriate. So to go back to the original question, yes, it is entirely appropriate. It doesn't necessarily mean the attorney's going to tell me exactly what their defense is. On the other hand, he might share that information with me, and doing so builds a better working relationship, and now it might lead to a quicker resolution of this case, as long as we can show that we are more likely right than wrong, that what we are claiming is true. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on in these medical malpractice cases here in New York. You know, I understand you're watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you have not yet started a lawsuit because you still have questions that need answers, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your questions. You know, this is something I do every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.